What's up, everybody? So I'm just chilling here in my backyard, enjoying this beautiful sunny day. Now finally spring has decided to come up to Canada. Finally, I think it's like the last place in the world that ends up getting spring here. It's like middle of May and the trees are just starting to blossom, so nice sight to see. But anyway, as I'm sitting here, I'm doing a little bit of research, looking at some headlines here, and I'm starting to really believe that we're going to see a recession, a global recession here in the next 6 to 12 months. So I'm thinking about what I can do to kind of get ready, prepare for this recession, possibly take advantage of what is about to come. So let me share those tips with you guys. Hopefully you find some value in them, and also leave me a comment, let me know what you're doing out there. So starting off with my tip number one is cut down on spending this year. So that is a big thing for me, is try to cut down and find ways to save money. So for example, I had a bunch of these subscriptions to Netflix, to Amazon Prime, to Audible, to Spotify, but I don't use all of them. So what I decided is get rid of like half of those. The ones that I truly don't use at all, get rid of them. Like you save $15 here, $10 there, $12 there, but it all adds up, right? So the more you can save, the better. Now also consider maybe cooking in more. Consider not spending as much money on clothes, on things that don't matter, like things that you can buy in a year or two from now. Like right now, you should try to consider just cutting down on spending as much as possible. Then tip number two is try and save as much as possible. So whatever you cut down on spending, put it aside for a rainy day. Try and build up that emergency fund. Try and keep some cash on the side in case any kind of deals pop up here. During recessions, there's always deals to have. Just think about the stock market, right? If you have some extra cash, you can get in on these unbelievable deals on companies like Netflix, like Shopify, like Amazon, like Apple, and you're getting them at like 25 to 80% discount. So try and save as much money as possible. Now my tip number three is get out of debt. So once you've cut down on spending, you've managed to save as much as you can, take a look at all of your high interest debt out there and try and get out of it, especially if you're paying anything over 10%. I think that's high interest debt. Those credit cards, if they're at 21 to 25%, try and pay it off as quickly as you can. Now, few tips I can give you is look into a line of credit. A line of credit, especially here in Canada, is sitting anywhere between 6 to 8% depending on your credit. Now again, that's way less than 21 to 25%. Even better is try and get a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. Those are currently sitting at 3.7%. You can get $50, $80, $100,000 loans at 3%, 4% interest. Trust me, that is a huge money saver in the long run. And if you can qualify for a line of credit and you can get a HELOC, then maybe consider, and this isn't for everybody, but there are always these credit card companies out there that will send you a deal. For example, a 0% interest on your balance transfer for 12 months. That is, I have one card like that, and it's literally all I use it for. I took the physical card, I cut it up, and I just used the account for those kind of balances. So the one they sent me just last month was a 0% on 12 months. All you had to do is pay 3% transactional interest rate. So really it's a 3% on whatever money I borrowed. Now, if it's $20,000 at 3%, you're looking at $600. Again, that is my money for the rainy day. That is money that I'll put aside to maybe buy the dip, anything like that. Just keep in mind that it is a promotional offer, meaning that after that time, after the 12 months, it will expire and you will go back to whatever your credit card interest is. So if it is 25%, and you don't pay off that balance within those 12 months, you will be paying 25% on any remaining balance. So just keep that in mind and don't be thinking that, oh, it's a free money and then you don't have to pay it. No, you still have to pay it down. It's just there to kind of help you for that 12 months if you really need it. So those are my tips on kind of how to try and get out of debt if you can. Now my tip number four is make yourself indispensable. Whatever job you're doing, make sure you're the best at it. Make sure your company can afford to fire you, because guess what? When it comes to trimming, when it comes to layoffs, they're going to be looking at everybody, right? But the people that are putting the most value into the companies, who are efficient, who are hard workers, you're going to be around. I've been through this scenario many times before, so trust me, make yourself indispensable, because if you can have that income while there is a recession and while there is these cheap prices everywhere, you'll be sitting golden, right? You'll be able to take advantage of these low prices and you'll be able to build up your wealth that way. So that is my tip number 4. And my last tip number 5 is consider putting some of your wealth into physical gold and silver. Now, this isn't meant to make you a millionaire. This isn't going to make you 5 to 10x richer, but what it's going to do is going to preserve your wealth. That is the whole idea of owning physical gold and silver. It is a wealth preservation tool, and that's what a lot of people don't get out there. But if you look at charts of purchasing power of the US dollar, let's say since 1971, when they got taken off the gold standard, to today, and you take a look at the price of gold from 1971 to today, you'll see a reverse. While the purchasing power of gold is going up, the purchasing power of US dollar is going down. So that is the whole idea why you want to keep, at least personally in my opinion, about 20% of your wealth should be in gold and silver, just to preserve it and just to have it there for a rainy day, especially with this inflation running hot. Now, I know some data came out, and in the States it was sitting at around 8.3% core CPI, and here in Canada we're sitting at around 6.8%, but personally I don't believe those numbers at all. I went to a store the other day, and things that I used to buy for $5 are costing me $8 now. Avocados that I used to buy for $9 are $14. Salmon that used to be $28 is like $38. My gas to fill up on my car now used to be around $60, now it's $80. So I don't believe that 6 to 8% inflation. I think it's closer to like 15 to 20, possibly even 25% inflation. Now again, just think about what it's doing to that purchasing power of your dollar. If you had $100,000 saved in your bank account, where guess what, that's only buying you now only around $80,000 worth. So that is a big deal. That's why you should try and put a little bit of your money into those precious metals and hold them for a lifetime if you have to. Use that money as your retirement fund, for when you do turn old and you need that kind of money. So anyways, those are my 5 tips on what I'm personally doing. Let me know in the comments below, what are you doing? What are your thoughts on the whole recession here? Are we going to see one, or it's going to blow over? We're going to get that smooth landing, as the Fed, as the J-Powell would like to say. But anyways, thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your day, enjoy the week ahead, and we'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.